Howdy, hello, how are you doing? My name is Victoria if you're new here, and if you're not new here, welcome back. I am so happy to see you. I am a singer-songwriter and independent music journalist, and on this channel, I make videos on various topics within the larger sphere of music, from pop culture to music history, everything in between, and whatever else I feel like figuring out within music. Today, we are taking a walk down memory lane all the way to the early 2000s when Disney made the blueprint for every teen sitcom to come for the rest of time. And it all starts with a good theme song. Disney is partially known already for their theme songs, but I do think there was a very specific time period in which the idea of a Disney theme song really developed. And by having those good theme songs, I think it played a part in how those TV shows were solidified in a lot of kids' memories, including my own. So the criteria for me that I was kind of looking at as I was researching this video and putting it together was, what makes a good theme song? It has to summarize the show without giving too much away. It has to make you like the characters in one way or another. And then most importantly, it has to be catchy. Has to be catchy. If it's not catchy, it's not a theme song. The theme is boring if it's not catchy. So without further ado, let's see what's up next on Disney Channel. So I would say that this era starts in 2001 with a little show called The Proud Family. The Proud Family is an animated series about a girl named Penny and her family that goes through Penny's experience growing into a teenager. It ran from 2001 to 2005, and as the first theme song of the era, it truly set a precedent. It was written by Solange and performed by Solange and Destiny's Child. You truly could not ask for a better combination. I truly think it is incredible that Beyonce and Solange got to work on this together. They actually used the song to promote the show ahead of the show's release, and they used Destiny's Child's influence as kind of like a catapult into pushing that show into pop culture, and it worked. Linked below, you can watch a video showing the behind the scenes of them recording the song and all talking about the process. Really fun video. I definitely recommend you check that out. The intro sequence is really cool with the music. Like as they're talking about their family, they're introducing all the family members and characterizing it. It's just really cool. The animation itself is awesome. And it just sucks you into the family story. Like you want to know what's going on and you want to know what makes this family so good. It's all just really iconic. This was a really big change of pace in terms of Disney theme songs. A major shift from their more popular shows in the 90s like Bear in the Big Blue House, Bill Nye the Science Guy, and Recess that were all geared towards a much younger audience. Penny is a teenager, and the entire premise of the show is following a teenager and how they figure out that period of their life. So the age and demographic of Disney Channel shifted with the show as they geared towards an older audience. They actually just recently did a reboot of The Proud Family, and the new theme song is sung by Joyce Rice. It starts the same as the other one, but has been revamped and mixed with a couple of new elements that pay the perfect amount of attention to all the original best parts of the song while adding that new age flair that is necessary when you're reviving a show. I think this is the perfect example of how to bring back a show and a theme song for that show without shaming the first edition of the show at all. And as of 2022, the Proud Family musical universe is unmatched. The following year, Disney would debut Kim Possible, another animated series focused around the life of a teenager, but this time she's also a highly trained spy. The show ran all the way through 2007, and the impact of its theme song still stands today. Christina Milian sings the fuck out of this theme song. It's an R&B, pop, Matrix-like song. There's a lot of tech-sounding elements that add to that spy fantasy. The embellishments and the music line up with her doing all these spy kicks and flips and actions all over the place. The lyrics are obviously describing Kim and what she does, but it also really lays out the vibe of the entire series while you're watching. What makes it so good is that it trademarks the show in less than a minute. Not only do you get the incredible song, you of course get the iconic Kim Possible tagline and ringtone. So what's the sitch? Those are instantly recognizable to anybody who grew up on Disney in the 2000s. It all just adds up to this overall experience while you're being invited into the show and while you're even watching the show that wouldn't be possible without this specific theme song. Like what other theme song would this have had? 2002 and beyond, Kim Possible will never lose her sparkle. or that the weird upper lip thing that they did for that and whole animation for whatever reason. Now, going into 2003, we get That's So Raven. Raven Simone stars in the show as herself, but with psychic powers that get her and her friends and her family into all kinds of different situations. Raven also sings the theme song, and this is the first time within this entire era that the main character sings the theme song. This adds a whole new level of personality to the whole show's intro. And this quickly becomes a trend with the Disney Channel theme songs as time goes on after That's So Raven. Of course, this is also a live action sitcom rather than an animated one like Kim Possible and The Proud Family. And overall, it set another precedent for the sitcoms and the theme song. Sonically, this is another R&B pop song that characterizes Raven and the show. I'm very personally attached to Raven as a character and this theme song in particular. So for those of you who don't know, quick sidebar, I have epilepsy and the type of seizures I have are called focal seizures. And the way that I describe them to other people is I show them a clip of Raven having a vision, because it honestly is just like, it feels just like that image and everything. To me, that's like the most relatable thing I could possibly think about to describe what I feel. So I use it as an example all the time. That's a whole different video, but yeah. This theme song is incredible and also doubles as a description tool for epileptics. So you're welcome. So fast forward another year, and in 2004, we get Phil of the Future, another teenage live-action sitcom about a teenager and the future. But this time it's a boy. Phil and his family are from the year 2121, but are stuck in 2004. The show follows Phil and his family as they navigate the early 2000s and try and fix their time machine. I will say that this is the least iconic out of all of the theme songs on the list, but it's still important in the grand scheme of this entire timeline within the Disney Channel musical universe. The lyrics definitely still fit in that classic Disney format of summarizing the show and introducing the characters, but the style is completely different from all the other ones that we've talked about thus far. This falls much more heavily into the rock pop genre, pulling from what I can hear as like some 80s rock inspiration like Meatloaf, but way watered down for the purposes of Disney. It's not as catchy as the others and generally not as good as the other ones, but it did lay the ground print for the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody theme song, which is what we're talking about next. Sweet Life started airing in 2005 and follows twins Zack and Cody after moving into the Tipton Hotel when their mom landed a job as a cabaret singer. Zack and Cody destroy the hotel, they rope their friends and family into everything, and of course, they learn lots of valuable lessons along the way. Now, the theme song was written by the same composer that wrote the Phil of the Future theme song. His name is Lauren Ellis. They sound really similar when you play them side by side, but the Sweet Life one is just infinitely more catchy, has a lot higher energy as well, so it's just overall a better theme song. I just feel like this style of music was a much more fitted towards the chaos and the shenanigans of kids absolutely running rampant around this hotel, in opposition to the teenager like figuring out how to get home to the year that he's supposed to be in. Like, I just think the rock pop vibe fits way more the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody than Phil of the Future, but they both are necessary. You can't have one without the other. You needed the Phil of the Future theme song to get the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody theme song. And while they both hold their place within the golden era of Disney Channel theme songs, I do believe that Zack and Cody truly take the cake. Now, Disney did not know what the hell was coming when they put out Hannah Montana in 2006. The show follows Miley Cyrus playing herself as Miley Stewart / Hannah Montana. The show follows her journey alongside her besties and family of navigating the day-to-day perils of an American teenager and the monumental pressure of being a superstar. Just like the That's So Raven theme song, the title character sings the song. But because the entire premise of this show is based on the lead character being a musician, Hannah Montana opened doors that no one else did in the previous years. The Best of Both Worlds doubles as the theme song and also just a regular Hannah Montana song. So it hits all of the requirements of being a good theme song, like describing the premise of the show, being catchy, and characterizing Hannah Montana / Miley Stewart. But it also hits all the requirements of just being a really good Y2K pop bop. Best of Both Worlds is a pop girl anthem, and it really put Miley Cyrus on the map as the Disney it girl. And while I was researching this video and figuring out all this stuff, It was wild to me to see Miley Cyrus and be reminded about how young she was when her entire career started and took off. And I really think that it's just cool to know that this is what sent her really into pop culture for the first time. Hannah Montana broke down doors. But Disney has no shortage of teenage icons, and Selena Gomez was no exception. In Wizards of Waverly Place, Selena plays Alex, the middle child in a family of wizards. The show follows her and her family as they also live a double life, and the kids harness in their wizard powers. Which, of course, surprise, surprise, they mess up a lot and learn a lot of valuable lessons. Nothing more, nothing less from Disney. I would say that this is more alternative rock / pop. And once again, Selena, the lead character, is singing the song, summarizes the show, characterizes everybody in the family, and everybody gets their own little moment, and is really just catchy as fuck. But what I love the most about this one in particular is the structure of the lyrics within the song. I'm a big fan of like a word dump, quickly fitting like huge sentences into tiny little musical spaces. And the pre-chorus in this theme song is exactly that. Perfectly transitioning into the chorus, which has a lot more space while still keeping the energy of the pre-chorus. The imagery is great, and the track has just the right amount of cheese to match the era, and overall still stands up today. The final theme song that I believe wraps up the golden era of Disney Channel theme songs comes from none other than Phineas and Ferb. This show follows a very similar plotline to Zack and Cody, two boys bothering everybody around them, except it's animated and is more focused on problem solving with all their invention making rather than problem causing, but usually causing problems while trying to fix something. This hits a lot of boxes for me. It's really wordy, extremely high energy, and is one of the catchiest songs in the Disney Channel golden era of theme songs. It kind of gives Green Day vibes if Green Day wasn't so depressed, like Green Day before anything bad ever happened to them. The whole premise is just so fun and so silly that it's hard not to get sucked into it, honestly, which is what makes it such a good theme song. The lyrics do a perfect job of capturing Phineas and Ferb's shenanigans, and is overall a much lighter composition in comparison to the fully produced theme songs that have led up to this point. Honestly, the music for the show in general is just incredible. Shout out to Squirrels in My Pants and Evil Boys, and Candace as a character in general. Love her. As 2007 faded, so did the magic of a Disney Channel original theme song. And it's not that the later theme songs are bad, it's that they will never be as good as these. I aged out of Disney Channel around 2010, 2012, so I really don't know what the theme songs are sounding like nowadays, but all the shows that happened in the early 2000s, they laid the blueprint for everything that's happening now. The art of a teenage sitcom was just perfected during this time period. From the theme song to the show structures, they really found a formula that just clicked, to the point where I frequently have these songs pop into my head. And oftentimes I even seek them out for that like little taste of nostalgia. And it's so cool to see revamps of these shows coming up again. Disney loves to capitalize off of their generational audiences growing older, and it works. So that is about all that I have to say on the golden era of Disney Channel theme songs. And I'm very curious to hear what y'all think. Which show do you think has the best theme song? Were there any that I missed that you think laid out a specific part of the blueprint that's important? Let me know in the comments below. And if you liked hanging out with me today, feel free to like the video and subscribe to my channel. And if you really liked me, you can hit that little bell button to turn on post notifications so you make sure you don't miss anything. Definitely want to dive deeper into some of the Y2K shows and songs and music. So if you have anything in particular you'd like me to check out, don't hesitate to leave it down there. All of my socials are linked in the description below. My Patreon, Instagram, TikTok, everything's down there if you want to check any of that out. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye!